These are images that are certainly not unfamiliar to many of us. When a building is constructed, they appear. They are tower cranes. They sometimes tower higher than the skyscrapers they help build. So what are tower cranes, how do they work, and what are the tallest tower cranes ever built in the world? Let's find out together. A tower crane is one of the heavy lifting machines with a high tower body component. It is used to transport construction materials, machinery, and equipment to high places, assemble components in high-rise buildings, and complete large-scale construction projects that require lengthy construction periods. Tower cranes are often used in the construction of skyscrapers, large bridges, or hydroelectric facilities. A tower crane is an inverted L-shaped structure. Despite its ability to lift many heavy objects, machinery, and building materials, it is extremely simple both in design and operation. The tower crane operates on the principle of stable equilibrium. The load is suspended at the hook position and balanced with a counterweight, ensuring that the crane does not tip over during operation. The entire load is balanced and the force is transmitted down to the foundation of the tower crane. The tower crane can rotate using a turntable system. Construction materials are hooked onto the crane and pulled in and out to the necessary positions via a trolley mechanism running along the working jib. The maximum height that a typical tower crane can reach is 200 meters. They are transported in the form of detachable modules by trucks and assembled at the construction site. There are some types of tower cranes that are built within elevator shafts and use the building as support. However, in this video, we will focus on the most common method of building a tower crane. First, to install a tower crane, one needs to calculate and build a strong foundation to ensure that the tower crane does not tilt, overturn or collapse during operation. After the steel reinforcement has been woven, concrete is poured into the foundation of the tower crane. The first mast section of the tower crane is positioned in place by a crane. After that, the mast sections are fixed together with pins. From the second section onwards, the mast sections are joined together in a similar way. A larger lifting frame cage, also known as a telescope, than the mast section is inserted into the mast section. This is where the miracle will happen. Next, the turntable and operator's cabin of the tower crane are installed. After that, the tower peak, the counter jib, working jib and counterweight are installed. The counter jib and working jib are connected to the tower peak by tension cables called rear pendant and fore pendant. The counterweight is made up of poured concrete blocks that help balance the crane according to the principle of leverage. At first, the tower crane is assembled using a mobile crane. However, due to the limited reach of the mobile crane at a certain height, the tower crane is designed to be self-erecting as the construction site grows taller. Although this mechanism is quite simple, it is exactly the miraculous thing I mentioned earlier. First, the hook block will lift the mast sections up high, and the troll will bring them close to the lifting frame cage. A fixed hydraulic piston is located at the bottom of the lifting frame cage and attached to the tower crane structure, and the pins connecting the two mast sections is removed. The piston starts to raise the upper part of the tower crane structure by 3 meters. At this point, there is enough space between the upper and lower sections of the tower crane to install a new mast section. The new mast section was fastened to the lower section of the tower crane by workers using pins. Then, the lifting frame cage continued to raise the upper section of the crane's body, and the next mast sections were assembled in a similar way. This process will continue to be repeated until the desired height of the crane tower is reached. There are many ways to change the height, such as extending the tower crane from the top, bottom or middle of the tower crane. When constructing high-rise buildings, people use the method of climbing floors. So, you have understood the basic operation of a tower crane, right? Next, let's take a look at some of the tallest tower cranes ever installed together. Firstly, we have to mention the Zoomlian monsters from China, with two models of supergiant tower cranes, the Zoomlian W1 2450 and the Zoomlian R20720. The Zoomlian W1 2450 is capable of lifting up to 450 tons, and it has even completed an overload test with a lifting capacity of up to 675 tons. Rated at 12,000 ton-meters, the manufacturer said it is the first top-slewing tower crane with a maximum load moment greater than 10,000 ton-meters. That first unit is destined for a project in China to build the Changzhou-Taizhou Yangtze River Bridge. On top, the new giant, sprouting from the mast above the main crane's jib, is a 32-ton capacity Zoomlian L532 luffing jib auxiliary crane. This alone is a 6,700 ton-meter crane with a maximum 60 meters jib at the end of which it can lift 21.48 tons. The Zoomlian W1 2450 used to be the largest top-slewing tower crane in the world until it was surpassed by its sibling, the Zoomlian R20720. Launched on April 20, 2023 at the Zoomlian factory in Changde City, Hunan Province, China. The Zoomlian R20720 officially became the world's largest and strongest tower crane. Manufacturer Zoomlian gives its R20720 a maximum load moment of 20,000 ton-meters and a maximum hoisting height of 400 meters. The giant crane was demonstrated at the launch event with a 900-ton test load on the hook. Like its Zoomlian W1 2450 predecessor, it has a large luffing jib tower crane sprouting from the head of the main crane's mast. This acts as a support crane. In addition, its upper structure is claimed to be 20% lighter than conventional tower crane designs, making it easier to transport, install and assemble or disassemble. This latest giant tower crane will be deployed for construction of the Ma'anshan Yangtze River Highway Railway Bridge in China.